Hi, this is my Arknights CC6 high-end risk 18 run, and these are my risks. And these are my operators. Their levels and masteries are in the description down below. So this run is pretty tight with its timing, and the key here is to get your DP generation going as soon as possible. I brought 2 flagbearer vanguards because my operators do have such high cost, especially Mudrock. So using 2, both Myrtle and Elysium at the very beginning to get your DP generation as high as possible is really important for this run. And I'm using Surtr here, oddly enough, just to act as a buffer and clear out this first wave before I can deploy Mudrock on that position. Surtr proves to be the most broken operator in Arknights, with such a low DP cost and unbelievable damage, as you can see. And Kal'tsit is going to hold that bottom lane with Monster pretty much by itself with some support from Angelina. And so there you just saw me deploy Chalter and Mudrock. And you can see that sometimes it looks like Mudrock's going to have a lot of pressure on her. And in that case, you can activate Chalter's skill to just give her a little bit of clearance so she's not overwhelmed by the waves of operators. So next I was looking to deploy Angelina and Nightingale, and I waited until I had enough DP to deploy them about at the same time, so that Angelina wouldn't get attacked too badly by those ritualist croc operator enemies, at the top lane. Because they're arts damage, Nightingale pretty much can handle them by herself. And we're using Angelina to add some necessary chip damage so it takes some pressure off Monster. And here we have another wave of operators coming down from the top lane, and I was feeling a little bit iffy about whether Mudrock could continue to take so many operators at once, given that she's now had a few defense drops that make me a little worried. So I did use Chalter's skill to just clear them out to my satisfaction, but the key here is if you are activating Chalter's skill now in about around operators 28 to 30, you want to deactivate it as soon as possible because there are still bosses that are going to come down that top lane that you want to save Chalter for. And here we see that actually 2 brawler crocs are going to be on Mudrock, so I used Surtr there to hold one of them off, allowing 2 brawlers to add or stack their defense drops on Mudrock will pretty quickly bring her defense down to 0. So using Surtr to tank one of them and also add some chip damage on the bottom lane was actually pretty helpful. And then you just saw me put down Bagpipe there in front of the blue gate, and she can handle those invisible enemies pretty easily with her skill. And here's the last boss that's sort of coming down the top lane and about to hit Mudrock. I actually probably should have deactivated Chalter's skill earlier in that last activation because she's not fully charged yet, but it is what it is. I activated her now. And with those 2 ritualist crocs that were coming from the top lane, if you're having trouble with keeping your operators alive, feel free to activate Nightingale's skill. I realized that I didn't because it seemed like my operators were going to live, so it ended up being okay, but that's why we brought Nightingale, was to bring her M3 skill, or S3 M3 skill. And there you go, you just saw me end the run. And so I hope you all found this video helpful, and good luck on your CC runs. Thanks.